Welcome to the latest edition of Inside CSUSB, the university's video digest of some recent campus highlights. As part of Black History Month celebrations, CSUSB's Black Faculty, Staff, and Students Association used the theme Leadership, Legacy, and Lineage to honor 5 faculty, staff, and alumni for their contributions to the university. The honored were staff member Katrina McDowell, faculty member Mary TEXEIRA, former faculty member Sansia Regan's Lilly, alumnus Danny Tillman, and JAMAL NASSAR, Dean Emeritus. One of the highlights came from alumni Mary Jane McCoy and Joyce Gates Payne, who were honored last year as among the first African-American CSUSB graduates. They presented Dr. Morales with a check for $11,000 for the CSUSB EOP Renaissance Scholars through the recently created Mary Jane McCoy and Joyce E. Payne Pioneer Awards. Another Black History Month event involved the CSU's Super Sunday message to African American churches throughout California on the importance of higher education. President Tomas D. Morales spoke at the Church of God in Christ in Riverside, where he urged congregants to encourage and prepare children to take college prep classes when entering high school.
From the 9th grade, take this prescribed curriculum so that they're eligible for the CSU or the UC system.
The Palm Desert campus celebrated its 30th anniversary with 3 days of events, including a variety of student activities, a cocktail reception for invited guests, and a luncheon for Valley residents.
We've established a good university here, but our vision is to be a fine university, a destination campus, one that produces graduates that serve our Coachella Valley and will meet our economic needs.
In our Faculty in the News, Enrique Murillo, Professor of Education and the Executive Director of the Latino Education Advocacy Days Summit, was interviewed on Radio KCAA's Inside Politics program regarding the upcoming LEAD 8 Summit. Amy Gusick, Assistant Professor of Anthropology, was featured in Vitae's Job Market Diaries, an ongoing series on how new faculty members found their full-time teaching jobs. Finance Professor James Estes was featured on WalletHub.com's Ask the Experts segment on the topic of credit cards. And Tony Colson, Professor of Information and Decision Sciences and Director of the CSUSB Cybersecurity Center, was interviewed by KCAL9 CBS LA News about a breach to the Coachella Valley Music and Arts Festival website and what steps people can take to protect their information. CSUSB held a grand opening for the Latinx Center, an affinity center created to provide support and inclusion to Latino students and others.
We are here today to celebrate the opening of the Latinx Center, where CSUSB Latino, Latina, and Latinx students, their allies, and supporters can congregate, exchange ideas, and provide support to one another.
The center will provide students with peer-to-peer advising and tutoring, internship resources, and scholarships. With the April 15th tax deadline approaching, CSUSB students are continuing a more than 30-year tradition of providing free income tax form preparation for elderly and low-income taxpayers through the university's Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program. Admitted students for fall 2017 visited the campus, where they were able to meet with deans, department chairs, and faculty members from the university's 5 colleges, as well as obtain information regarding financial aid and scholarships, student housing, and student life. Welcome to CSUSB. The university announced that honorary doctorates will be awarded to alumni Lou Monville, who served as chair of the CSU Board of Trustees, and Rabbi Hillel COHN, a religious and humanitarian leader in the inland region for more than 50 years. The two will be honored at CSUSB's June commencements. That's all for now. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you at the next edition of Inside CSUSB.